Welcome in everybody to the latest round of the ZFL season. I think it's our 6th game, might be our 5th, I'm not totally sure. For those of you who are new to the ZFL is a blend of a role-playing game and a Blood Bowl 3. It's amazing. Some of the most fun I've been having in Blood Bowl. It is run by the amazing Herring Sword, and I am playing in it for the first time this season. I am role-playing the character of Guinness. Guinness was a famous lineman on our stream teams and has now been appointed as head coach of the Fangorn Falcons. The Fangorn Falcons were promoted from Division 3 to Division 2 last season before Guinness took over. But the Fangorn Falcons have a slight quirk, which is that their owner, Lauren Saunders, has a son, Dancel Saunders, who she really wants to see become a successful Blood Bowl player. And my goodness, has Dancel Saunders been living up to that challenge so far? 7 matches, so this must be the 6th because we've had a couple of cup games, 6th league game. 7 matches overall, and he has scored how many touchdowns already? 7 touchdowns already. The beautiful Dancel Saunders. He's just gained his 2nd skill since we took him over. So everything we see here, he already had when we got him. He was movement busted. He was double agility busted. He was armor busted, which of course aren't really bust. That's just his natural stats. But he was already a leader. He'd earned the right to call himself a leader on this team. And now, after last week punching out a punched out a chainsaw last week, Dancel Saunders, he has earned the Dauntless skill because he had someone throw a bomb at him to try to kill him. He had a goblin wielding a chainsaw, a literal lunatic, come after him to try to kill him. He survived both and stood up and punched them and survived. So now Dancel also has Dauntless as well as leader skill. All Reliable, our tree man, is currently unavailable. He's had a bit of a rough time since joining the team, and he has realized that he needs to go into a period of self-growth. He's currently going through a rejuvenation phase. We'll find out more about that later on. But Tadas Patali is back. Alpha Chad is back. He took the last game off. Guinness was protecting Alpha Chad after some negative media coverage. And in his time away, Alpha Chad was so wound up not playing Blood Bowl that he's developed their frenzy skill. So that's new for Alpha Chad. He now has frenzy, which he just developed in his own time because he was getting so worked up about being kept away from the Blood Bowl pitch. Will we see Alpha Chad come back strong? Yes, Sword, please do post links. I think I know what the thing is you're referring to, and I'm going to bring that up in just a second because I did see it on the Discord and I thought it was excellently timed. Yes, the news is that Herring Sword, from popular demand, created partly from people like you lot watching the stream, Herring Sword has been working on ways to open up the ZFL to more players, and is now going to be running some mini tournaments, which allow you, yes, that's you watching, if you've wanted to take part in the ZFL, this is your chance. You can sign up to take part in one of these mini tournaments. There's a whole load of information that's just been dropped on the Discord that I'm reading in real time. The news item I'll read out right now. The ZFL have confirmed that the Happy Tree Friends Trophy will be the first ZFL conference tournament to run. The new conference initiative aims to offer amateur Blood Bowl teams a chance to compete in structured competitions with the ultimate goal of earning a place in the ZFL's 3rd division. To add to the drama, academy teams from the elite and 2nd divisions will also be invited to compete in the variety of expected tournaments. The first such tournament is going to be the ZFL has agreed a sponsorship package with the Happy Tree Friends Resort, with the sponsor taking responsibility for procuring the invite list to the tournament. The resort had this to say following the announcement. Here at the Happy Tree Friends Resort, we are keen to ensure we remain at the front of the minds of ZFL fans and coaches alike. For that reason, the Happy Tree Friends Resort are proudly sponsoring the first tournament of the new ZFL conference. Happy Tree Friends Resort provide corporate experiences in a secluded, relaxing forest setting, away from the stresses and strains of the big city, where drunken fans are more than happy to provide opinions on your performances. Book for your team for a visit to Happy Tree Friends Resort today and sample our best-in-class facilities for yourself. We are confident you'll have a lovely time and perhaps you'll be even stronger for the experience. ZFL have confirmed 8 teams will compete in this competition, of which 3 will be ZFL Academy teams. The entry team is to be released. The entry list is to be released soon, and that is the latest announcement. The list has been announced. So we've got the Fangorn Falcons Academy, that is our academy team, will be competing in this, together with Mootland Friendlies, Wimple Little Dons, Academy for Aspiring Necromancers, Royal Santa Margarita's Academy, Evershale Stags, Chisham Trailblazers, and Friendly Vikings. So yes, if you are interested in getting involved in the ZFL, you can apply right now. And among the things you can apply for, you can apply to coach the Fangorns Falcons' own academy. My academy, I'm not going to be coaching it. If you have enjoyed watching the Fangorn Falcons and you would like to coach our academy team in this competition, this is your chance to be part of the Fangorn Falcons story. So do check that out, everybody. And thank you, Herringsword, for making that all happen for us. I think my opponent has already sent the invite, and I need to make them wait a second because I have not introduced their team yet. So give me 1 second right here. Ian, I don't know if you're watching. I'll be so quick. I'll try and be quick, but that extra news announcement just slowed me down a second. All right, let's do this quickly. So this round, we are up against the Verdanus Valor, an Imperial Nobility team. The Valor are renowned for their academy, where promising young nobles learn the game and go on to stellar careers. If the Valor get to make tidy profits on the academy's hard work, even better. Team notes: Valor's team is constantly changing, with talented players sold to make room for the next hot prospect off the production line. Investing in the right talents will be crucial to hit the player sales targets the owners are looking for. Team history: former Valor coach Barold Lechere had a very different vision of a successful team. Valor had carved a niche for themselves as a selling team, developing young players, but instead of reaping the rewards for that hard work with their own team's results, Valor prefer to reap the financial rewards of selling these players on to other teams. Players from the Valor Academy often arrive into the first team better trained than a standard rookie, but all that training costs money, so selling high is very important. It worked a treat in the 24-93 season when Espinal Enchanters paid Valor 1 million gold. Little Dr. Evil, 1 million. 1 million gold for Andrea Reystrada. It was a shame that Damien Gausser, the so-called prospect they received from the Enchanters as part of that deal, turned out to be such a dud. But what can you expect from a noble who trained anywhere else than the Valor's own academy? After Lechere's retirement, a new coach has big shoes to fill, and I can give you a little bit of information on the coach as well from the ZFL Discord. This is from the time when they were announced. Imperial Nobility side Verdanus Valor have announced the appointment of Leistra Tamaridis as their new head coach. Valor, who reached the semi-finals of Howitz Cup last season, have been set on a fairly unique path by trailblazing former coach Barold Lechere. The team have invested heavily into their academy facilities, more so than their main roster, with the aim of churning out a production line of noble stars. This is repeating the bits I've already read. Let's go to the bit about the coach. Tamaridis, considered by some to be a visionary coach herself, will be charged with continuing the academy's good work. This could mean we expect to see a constantly changing roster from the nobles this season, which could prove to be a headache for the incoming coach. That actually was not as much information about the new coach as I thought it was going to be. I'm sorry, guys. I thought there was going to be more info on the new coach there, and there wasn't. My bad. So from there, let's quickly go to Bloodlines magazine and tell you the news from this week about my team and their team. And then we'll be ready to go. Fangorn Falcons, the news from Bloodlines magazine. So again, if you follow the ZFL, you will know that there is a Bloodlines magazine every week with news that advances the storylines on the different teams. So this was the news event we got for the Falcons this week. How old and how reliable? The Falcons' physio gardeners have reported that the team's treeman, or reliable, is allegedly undergoing a difficult time, as it seems being beaten by 2 younger treemen in the recent game against the Blue Bay Crammers, as well as brought down and hurt by tiny sprouts. Some scars in his psyche have emerged that cannot be healed by conventional medical means. The physio gardeners believe the only way to fully cure him is to allow him to enter into a partially controlled bloom pruning state, but in which direction should guide them? I think this is a typo, should they guide this process? So this was my coach choice. This is the choice that Guinness had as a coach. Greener Stalk, all reliable, will enter a rejuvenation state and miss his next game after he will return in a younger, leaner, and more energetic shape. Thicker Bark, all reliable, will enter an aging state and miss his next game after he will return in an older, heavier, and more experienced shape, or do nothing, in which case he did not enter the blueprinting state, and the Falcons gain a value 2 demand in the failure column. We've chosen Greener Stalk. Guinness chose Greener Stalk because we thought it would be funny to have a tree called All Reliable get younger. And I don't know what the outcome of that is yet because, as it says there, effects unknown. So we will find out what happens to All Reliable next round. Who knows? News for the Verdanas Valor. This is our opponent. Back to basics. After struggling to maintain the ball under control in their latest game against the Hamhawks, the Valor coaching team has thought that some specific training sessions could help to mitigate the situation in the future. Having spent a week following drills about cage formation, protection, and aggression, the players seem to have improved their tactical acumen, both when forming them as well as attacking them. Or have they? For the next game, a count is to be kept in actions protecting or attacking the ball. The team will gain a demand equal to the value of this count. So they get points for forming an X cage. Each time a friendly player ends up in contact with a rival ball carrier, gains them a point. Every successful sack gains them 2 points. This is a lot of points, by the way. I know you guys don't know the demand stuff because that's mostly hidden from you, but that's a lot of potential points. Each time a rival player ends up in contact with a friendly ball carrier is -1 point. Each sack is -2 points. I mean, this doesn't really affect us, but yeah, clearly they're trying to get back to doing some core basics of basing. Right, I'm sorry, I've missed a lot of chat there because I was trying to get through all that information. So sorry if I've missed some chat. Let's jump into the game so we don't keep poor Lystra/Iron waiting any longer. These are the worst rules ever, and I feel personally attacked as that because of the I cage rules. The X cage rules, Space Cadet. This is the Viking Cup admin derby. Exciting. I think backseating is a bit less of a serious issue in the ZFL. Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking to be backseated personally, but I think it's not as big a deal as it. I don't necessarily need to put a pin in there. Herringsword is literally the fun police. If you're not already following Herringsword, do check them out. This week's ZFL show was some top content. I enjoyed watching it a lot. Okay, so here we go. This is what our team looks like. We've already looked at them at the start, but yes, we've got Dancel Saunders now with added Dauntless. We've got Alpha Chad now with Frenzy. Chokis the Vast also learned Wrestle. I haven't got as much of a story behind that one. He just learned Wrestle. Yeah, we're missing our tree, so we're on 11. The Verdanas Valor look like this. They've got a Blodge tackle, Blodge sidestep blitzers, so we haven't got any tackles to deal with this, bit of a problem. They've got a Mighty Bogard. They've got a couple of Juggernaut bodyguards. They've got a lot of stand firm. They've got a lot of stand firm retain alignment. We have exactly 150,000, which you might think that the sensible thing to do with 150,000 as a Wood Elf team against an Imperial Ability team would be to take a wizard. You might think that. I can understand if you would think that I should take a wizard here. However, clearly the correct inducement, obviously the correct inducement, is Gloriel Summerbloom, the passer. And I will not be elaborating on my reasons that may or may not have to do with the story. But yes, well, more specifically, may or may not have to do with my demands. There is actually some public information on this, which is that the ZFL is encouraging teams to get more stars on the pitch. There's two parts to this decision. There's two parts to the decision, one of which I'm not going to tell you about. But the one which I will tell you about is that the ZFL has been trying to encourage us to get more stars on the pitch. And so if we hire stars who haven't been seen yet in the ZFL, specifically ones that haven't been induced before in the ZFL, then we can earn a certain amount of cash back on those. And let me tell you, for some of us in the second division of the ZFL, Cash is important. So yes, possibly because I'm sharing that because that is public information. There was a news story in the Bloodlines last week about how the ZFL was on a new push to get star players on the pitch. So that part is public information. Scroll half I turned up 3 times last week. That's incredible. That is incredible. He was pretty hopeless in all 3 games. Oh, baby. L'Oreal Summerbloom. Let's get her on. Who's she coming in for? Maybe for Hamza for offense, because Hamza is now movement busted. I think that probably is the correct decision. What are we doing here? I think we're punching. Trying to factor in like all the different considerations I need to make right now. There's a lot of different considerations on a ZFL game. It's not it's not the standard just how are we going to play ours. It's how are we going to play specifically according to things that we've said we're going to do. He was pretty hopeless in all 3 games. Brilliant coaching gets us a free reroll because Guinness is a brilliant coach. Like, what else do you expect? What else would you expect than brilliant coaching from a team coached by Guinness? Let's get straight in there with Alpha Chad. Alpha Chad has had a week off, and Alpha Chad is back in business. Who's missed this Alpha Chad? Alpha Chad was given a rest because he was underperforming, and his first block of the first game back straight away removes an opponent from the pitch. Is Alpha Chad back in business after that break? Let's hope so. We have been crying out for this Alpha Chad. But Gergo Blackburn had a storming game in Alpha Chad's absence and has nearly matched him there right on the line, punching almost as hard. Chock is the Vast has learned the wrestle skill and wants to show everyone off. That was an almost perfect storyline. Once again, Haringzord has somehow hacked the dice to make them all work with the story. Alpha Chad, after his break, removes someone. Gergo Blackburn, trying to show up Alpha Chad in the last game, gets a stun. And Chokis, who's just learned wrestle, does a wrestle. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Story-based outcomes for everybody. And now Dancel, who's learned Dauntless, is going to use Dauntless. And only get a push. But that's okay. He used Dauntless, and we feel good about that. We feel good about that. It's great to use your new skills. And now Glorial Summerbloom, who I've never seen in Blood Bowl 3 before. I've seen her once on tabletop. And I've seen her in the coach, but not in the team model. There she's in a very like lean forward pose, isn't she? She's like very like on it. Oh, do not do that. Where's their tackle? There. Is Spitali just going to run through and make himself into a little Spitali backfield menace? Look at Spitali. Off he goes to the races. Out of range of the tackle. You're doing great, Dancel. We love you. It's always just heartwarming to see the universal and unquestioning support for Dancel Saunders in chat. Definitely no one here who is cheering against Dancel. Okay, so coming after Spitali without the tackle, gets Spitali down. Uh-oh. Dirty player here as well. Could be some trouble. Could be some trouble. Spitali is, I think, a little bit underrated. There's so much hype around Dancel, understandably, because Dancel is going to be the league MVP this year. I'm convinced of it. But Spitali does do a lot of work. Spitali's a good player. It's outrageous from Starfret. and doesn't get anything. Love to see it. Do need to get them out. Lyle Sulphur would like a word. Psha! Lyle Sulphur is a dwarf. There's no way a dwarf is going to be league MVP. No way could a dwarf be league MVP. Come on. No one believes that. Ooh. Alpha Chad rolling a double skull, but re-rolling into a pal. It's okay, we got a free re-roll. What sort of league would the ZFL be if a dwarf was its most valuable player? I mean, come on. 11 touchdowns in 4 games. He missed a game to promote the delivery company. You love to see it. All right, we need to move up a little bit here. Let's get Shockers out in front as well. Let's let Gergo take a block. Oh, I tell you what, I was saying Alpha Chad's back in business and showing everyone how it's done, but Gergo Blackburn is on a tear. Gergo Blackburn got a Kaz last game, and now he's just left that poor sod with a neck injury. Who is this guy? Academy promotee at the start of the season. Guinness did like the cut of his jib, but wowza. This is some serious stuff going on. Now listen. Gloriel Summerbloom is a star, but we all know who the real star is. It's Dancel Saunders. And we want to see Gloriel, one star, throw to another. Let's go. Let's go. Throw that pass, Gloriel. It's too easy. Like, you know he's never going to drop it. So, like, what a perfect receiver. And Spitali shows his value as well, getting up and out of there. We stay on this side. We come to the middle. Kind of want to stay away from that tackle. They haven't got frenzy. Spitali's just up here, running around, giving a Valor something to think about. Yeah, suddenly we get a great advert for the Falcons Academy. Did we mention that the Falcons Academy is accepting invitations for coaches to coach it? That's right, you could be the coach of the Fangorn Falcons Academy team in the first ever ZFL conference game. Look at the quality of recruits we get out of the academy. We've got Gergo Blackburn, absolutely killing it lately. We've got Clove Cordata, who got a crazy magnet hand sack last game. It's a great, great team to be taking some time in charge of. What mic did we get? We got a Sure MV Plus. And seems like it's going pretty well. The new mic. Okay. What are we doing here? Alpha's definitely gonna punch someone in the face again, because that's what Alpha Chad does. He's still not hitting as hard as Gergo did, though. Gergo Blackburn setting the tone for the team here. And Gergo Blackburn coming after the dirty player now. Just a push. And some selfless work here from Dancel, handing the ball off. And just like that, the Falcons are 1-0 up. Well. Aggressive play from the Fangorn Falcons. We've seen a pass already. We've seen Dancel selflessly handing the ball off. We've seen A touchdown on turn 3. Chockers continues to soak up the hate. Well, Shamba, who was here last time watching, said that he wanted to become the first Chockis the Vast super fan. So Chockis has his own fan club too. Chockis is not without supporters. Does Gloria come on for defense? Probably not. She's strength 2. She's strength 2. I think probably not. I think Hamza comes in on the line. How do we feel about this? I do miss having a tree. Let's get Chockis in a bit more in the middle. Let's get Clove Cord Archer a bit more in the middle. Poor Humphrey Zendelli with his armor bust maybe goes on that side. All right. It's been great to see Dancel turn into such a team player. I mean, he is selfless. That's the thing. People think just because he's a star that he's a selfish player. But again, he's got that leader trait. He's got that dauntless trait. He's just an elf of the people. You could easily sell Dancer for 3 million gold, but his heart is with the Falcons. We have had one team try to sign Dancel, and it wasn't this team, but it was another Imperial Nobility team tried to sign Dancel. We played them in the Howitzer Cup, and they tried to sign him, saying they wanted to make him into a retainer lineman, which was one of the most outrageous statements I've ever heard. I mean, the absolute scandalousness of suggesting you could turn a star player into a lineman. We've got another free reroll. Listen, I don't mean to brag, but Guinness's coaching has earned 2 free rerolls already by turn 3. I'm just saying, brilliant coaching is brilliant coaching. And I'll say again, if you would like to be a Fangorn Falcons coach, come coach our academy team. Oh, Hamza Pine Love. No, Hamza Pine Love gets punched. That thick skull doesn't help keep Hamza around nearly enough. Would have done if it wasn't Mighty Blow, but sadly not. Hamza Pine Love, MNG. Oh, it's another removal. Just a KO on that one, so not a great start to the drive. This is what happens when we haven't got all reliable around. We get punched a bit harder. Suddenly down 2 players after 2 turns. And he was lucky he dropped it and someone was there to catch it. How dare you, Starfire? How very dare you? I want to spend time on the sidelines chatting up Gloria. I should hope not. I should hope that's not what's going on. Another big hit here on... That's another removal. Oh boy, yeah, we actually are in a lot of trouble here. We're in a lot of trouble. It's a pretty disastrous turn for the Falcons there. We're down to 8 elves for the drive and capped on 10 for the game. Will the Falcons be punished for scoring early? It's not looking good, I have to be honest. It's looking pretty ominous after that turn. We need Alpha Chad to even the numbers a bit here. This is what your job is, Alpha Chad. Go do some damage for us. Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. I'm going to stop talking smack about Alpha Chad for a second because he just straight up killed someone. All right, Alpha Chad. We hear you. We see you, Alpha. We see you. We see you, Alpha Chad. Yeah, that week off, hey? Crikey. It's a pretty good one to be rid of, the dirty player. Very glad that's not around to stomp on us anymore. We are going to hit poor armor-busted Humphrey Zendelli. Okay, not a removal. Bit of a bloodbath this drive, hey? Like, both teams have pretty much broken armor every time they've rolled a knockdown. I say pretty much. I think that's literally what's happened. I think every knockdown has been an armor break, and that's the first one that wasn't a removal. Just coming back from the kitchen to witness death. Life is good. Wow. Base dance, although he's in trouble. Might have missed that Dancel's now got dauntless skill. Well, there's two of them basing him. That does make it harder. Does make it a bit harder, especially with the stand firm here. Where's the ball going? Oh, we're throwing a pass. We're throwing a running pass. Wow. All right. Okay, styling on us over here. All right. I see you, Iron. I see you, Leicester. I can't remember her surname, the coach name. Leicester, I see you. Well. All right, then. Come on then, Chad. Keep it up. We need to keep punching as hard as they're punching. Pretty good punch. Pretty good punch. Gets the removal. Means that we can bring Cord Archer in. Means that we can shore this up. Get some sidestep in front. Why not? Dauntless. Oh, Dauntless fires, but that is not the dice roll we need on the block. And nor is that. Okay. Well, that wasn't good. That wasn't good, Dancel, but it's okay. It's all right. Save it for the Celtics, Chad. Yeah, our next game is against the Celtics, who have been dominating the ZFL since they arrived. Oh, my God. We're going to lose this game. This is a pretty disastrous situation now. Yeah, this is looking like a bad loss, the way this is going. We have not got enough players here. At least that's not a POW. Yeah, that's rough. That's very rough. Yeah, so our next game is the Cup game in the quarterfinals of the Cup against the Celtics, who are the reigning champs, and by reputation, the whole system is rigged in their favour. So, very big game coming up next. We're going to need to use a lot of recuperate to get our team back for that game. How this is going. Because this is rough. Falcons trying to play a more exciting game, scoring early, getting punished pretty hard for it. Okay, ball comes through. Don't see how this is going to be very safe. Because they're one short of scoring, and we have wrestle here. Oh, they've just removed someone else on a foul. Has been caught. Who is it? It's Humphrey Zendelli. Another KO. Okay, they didn't argue the call. That's good. So they're at least capped on 10, but we're on very few. We're on very, very few. Okay, so that ball is very hittable. And hit it we must. Full pow. Does the opponent know that it's sized up? Because this is definitely their decision. Yes, okay. We follow and hope it scatters back to us. Oh, armor break is great. And it does scatter back to us. Look at Chokis the Vast. Where's Shamba when you need him? Our Chokis the Vast superfan will be cheering with delight at Chokis. Not rolling a snake, thankfully, after I started picking him up. Where can this ball go? Maybe make a screen like there and there. That's probably the best we're going to do. It needs to come at least one square this way. And really, I think it needs to come another square this way. Okay, good. Alpha Chad gets in the way. Spitali gets in the way. And I think, unfortunately, I do think that we have to tactically leave Dancel down for a second. Hey, JD Whitey. Chuck is ending that fan club right. Under celebrated Chokis the Vast. He's a star too. That was a huge play by Chokis with the sack and the catch. The armor breaks in this half have been wild. Like, I genuinely think they've broken armor every hit. I mean, we've also broken armor maybe every hit. But yeah, it's been non-stop. Like, if it's been a knockdown, it's been an armor break. Not this time, not on Chad. Chad holds tough. Thank goodness. Oh, they finally noticed our star player lying ready to run off again. Who can score here? Because we've only got 2 turns left. Oh, we're fouling again on Chad. No catch and no send-off. Okay. So Dancel can score. No, he can't. Dancel's not in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's not in range. No one is in range. So the best we're going to do here is just get out of dodge and not concede. Man, that's a bummer. All of this aggression, trying to be aggressive and go for a score, it's not going to pay off for us. I think we're still handing off here, aren't we? That's probably about as safe as we can make it. We're just out of range of you. Actually, can we get Chad back in as well? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they can base, but they can't hit us. They're going to come after Chad instead. Not going to get him. They're going to spend a reroll for sure. They're going to get him. Not dead yet. I reckon they're going to foul him. So at least we should get in at 1-0. But at what cost? I just needed one more turn. We need one more turn to go for the score. Gets a KO on Alpha Chad. There's some big KO rolls to roll. The ref is not paying attention. This has been brutal. Huge KO rolls here for our chances of making a defensive stop in the second half. I suppose they've got a couple as well, but yeah, definitely feels tough on our side. And sadly, without Dancel, we can't even punish them with serve here. Not without Dancel, sorry, without Alpha Chad. Right, so we take this punch. Just have to take a push there then. Opponent having a think about their stand firm choice. And deciding to hold, which I think is the right decision. So, this is not especially easy to get safe. Run back this way. Not that safe. I think we're going to want to get here and try to blitz you. But I think we should definitely go for get as far as you can as step one. Pops the don't like going close to the sidelines, but no, I shouldn't go close to the sidelines, should I? Just definitely shouldn't. All right, so get you at least on there. It is going to be asking for a we are going to be asking for a Dance or Saunders play here to try to make this a bit safer. Oh, thank God for Dancel. What a hero Dancel Saunders is. Every time when you need him to do something in the clutch, you know he's going to do it. Because now, even if they can still sack us from here, the recovery and pass without the throw is a lot harder. If this team was not blessed with Dancel Saunders, where would we be? Where would we be without Dancel Saunders? Stop removing everybody. I need some players for the second half. I need some players. Okay, not removed. I mean, the blitz has got to be here, right? No, not going for the ball. Okay, they're just going to go for the fouls. Okay, because they're not trying to score. So we're going to get fouled. We're going to get fouled by a positional, so maybe they'll get sent off. But we could have no ward answers next half. Oh my God, it's a bad injury as well. One of the actually bad ones. Okay, this is the Apo, I think. What is it, head injury? Yeah. We hope. Oof, so not back for the game, but at least downgrade on the injury. Not caught. Yeah, we're definitely not winning this game. We're going to try for a draw. Absolutely mauling us before our cup game against the Celtics. We did get lucky on our KO rolls. We got all three back. They got one back, I think. So they're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, yeah, we don't have much of a team to put up here. This is very much not the game I was hoping to have. I was hoping to play a nice, fun scoring game, but what's happened is less fun, everyone dies game. It happens. It happens in the regular Blood Bowl. It happens in the ZFL. You just got to roll with it. But boy, oh boy, this has been a violent game. Considering they've only got one Mighty Blow as well. It's been very, very punchy. This is what happens when we haven't got our tree around. This is why we needed All Reliable in the first place and why we need them back pronto. Each of players cause a casualty by... Okay, who won that? If they serve any players, they can get SVP from the casualty. It's going to be a wrestle. Going to come after Paul Glory or Summer Bloom. You don't even need an assist, she's strength 2. She's strength 2. After playing games as gnomes and missing both trees. Yes, you need trees. Oh my god, I played a tabletop game last night as Wood Elves and I was down enough TV against vampires to take Maple. So I had 2 trees on a Wood Elf team and let me tell you, it is as ridiculous as it sounds. I had a good time. Not removed. Okay, a better turn for not being removed. Got a couple of armor breaks, but not removed. Ooh, cheeky one on the rush. Not a snake. Man, that would have been a great snake. Sure hands pops. Sure hands fails. Okay, well, I think we have to go hell for leather after this. This is probably the one chance we're going to get. We really don't have enough players to like capitalize on it. Because I need you there so you can come and cancel. But you probably have to cancel from here, which I hate. I think that's what we have to do. Okay, so Tadar Spitali going to go give the assist, and now Alpha Chad's got to do Alpha Chad things to this Fazakas Takal, the thrower. Gets the POW, we like that, Alpha Chad. Gets the armor break, we like that even more. Probably got to try and get this ball. Which I think means we're just going to go for 3+ dodge. Do we put the reroll on this pickup? I think we do. Oh, fails it. Okay, well, knocked the ball over and did stun their sure hands, but didn't get it. Maybe I should have moved Dancel first. I was going to move Dancel right after. Maple is so good. Honestly, Maple's crazy good. Okay, Spitali not armor broken is good. Like strength 5 tree that, so it's down a strength from a regular tree, but movement 3, so full power now for Chad. Okay, didn't die. Are they removed? No, okay, not yet. Probably getting fouled. Who's picking the ball up? Either you or you, unless you fancy a 4+. Yeah, movement 3 and no take root on a tree is incredible. Goes to the ball. Oh, damn it. That was really the big hope, as they fail to pick up again. Now Chad's out of the game for sure. Now Chad's going to get fouled every turn until they go out. 100% what's happening here. Oh no, we're going for Spitali instead. Spitali's out. Did get caught at least. Okay, they did get checked. That's good. All right. It's frustrating. I was hoping to do something with Spitali this game, but too late for that. Got this punch. Oh, this has gone so badly. It really has. But on we go. Chokis the Vast, can you do something for us? Take a punch. No, you can't. I can get a surf now. Oh well, things that have happened. Get a power on Marco Schwartz at least. Yeah, the problem is it's more than just the result in the ZFL. There's things I've been trying to achieve, and let's just say we are falling a long way short of anything we were hoping to achieve in this game. Like a long way short of the things we were hoping to achieve, which is frustrating because you got things you want to do, but at least for now, the injuries can all be fixed with Recuperate, and we can try to get those players back for the game against the Celtics. Oh, they tried to hand off and it fails. That gives us a chance to get the ball back. Okay. All right, that's something. Chokis, could you have another go at knocking this over, please? Thank you. Okay, that's good. That is good. How do we hit this? There's no great way to hit it because it's sidestep and stand firm. We can't scatter it. We just want to take this hit and get Dancer and get, I keep saying Dancer when I mean Alpha Chad. Alpha Chad back in. Lovely fat pow for Alpha Chad. And bring him back to assist here. Maybe that's asking for trouble. And yet, I appear to be doing it. For my own reasons. Really, really would like that to be a knockdown, but it isn't. But it isn't. Do we do any more basing here? I was thinking of it, but I think now I'm not. All right. Evening, Godzilla. Yeah, Valor are tactically drawing more elves towards the ball so they can hurt us. That does seem like what's happening. It does seem like what's happening. Alpha Chad is the trouble. Maybe. Okay. But the Valor are also down a few players here, right? Like they're also going to have to do some work here with the ball. Hit this one, yeah, so you don't get the base cage. Which means we're not blitzing here, might be dodging, and I guess dodging here as well. Another injury. Absolutely savage game of Blood Bowl. How many have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elves. That is not enough elves if you're keeping count at home. Just for those who like the mathematical side of the game, 6 elves, not enough. Alpha Chad takes down another one though. That's good. Lyman in front. Oh my goodness. Run you back. Be there. And guess what? It's Dancel and Dauntless. Dauntless Dancel coming in for the punch. Dauntless Dancel not getting the knockdown again. It's not ideal, Dancel. It's not ideal. It's been a crazy number of casualties, Dr. Cheesington. Like, it happens to Elle sometimes, but it's definitely like a high roll. It's definitely a high roll to have that many casualties. No question on that. But Gloriel's hanging around, our star player. She's not just shown up for the easy price, the easy paycheck, has she? She's playing this out. She's still here on turn 13. Love to see that from Gloriel. He looks so calm as he removes him, yet we know the roiling turmoil it twirls in his Alpha heart. It's been a tough time for Alpha Chad. It has been. He is going through some personal struggles. Right, they haven't got Frenzy. I quite like putting you here, because if we don't get the knockdown, then we've still got sidestep on it, which is nice. Love that. Oh, love that even more. Chokis the Vast again. Wow, Chokis. Chokis is having a day. Chokis the Vast might be our man of the match, to be honest. And Alpha Chad. Wow, I tell you what. Alpha Chad's little game off has certainly done some work, hasn't it? Okay. Well, that has changed things. Suddenly the humans are down to 5. Suddenly the humans are down to 5. What a violent game of football. Alpha Chad saw Chokis do some work and was like, right. Holy cow. You're actually there, actually. Yeah, I think we gave you a square. Ball is moving. Ball is moving. Well, if ever there was a time when we needed Alpha Chad to be a Chad, this might be it. It's time for the classic. The Wood Elf, War Dance Elite play, Alpha Chad. He was a star of this team in the 3rd division because he made big plays in big moments. Can he make a big play for us here by sacking this ball? It's a 50-50. But not for Alpha Chad. He's straight in, gets a push. Gets a knockdown. Gets a scatter catch. F's in chat for us. You go there. And we need Gloriel out in front here. Try to slow down Tarkal the Blitzer. The handoff they needed, I know, right? That was nearly so good. Nearly so good from Alpha Chad. We even had Gloriel there to do a sure hands pickup. Haven't scored yet. Now they probably have. Gets the pow on Gloriel. That's what they needed. especially with the KO, because now they don't have to go around it. So just 2 rushes to score. Oh, will it be a tripwire? No, it's not. Oh, it's not looking good. We have got 2 turns though. We've got 2 turns and not many elves, but there are not many Imperials either. Well, they've got 2 more back. Oh, we didn't get Glorial back. If ever there was a turn we needed Glorial on the pitch for the passing play. Rough. Well, we've got 3, 4, 5 elves in a dream against 7 humans. Eek. Not the situation we wanted, but we've got Alpha Chad, we've got Dancel Saunders, we've got the 2 stars, we've got 2 pass-busted linemen. What a time to have 2 pass-busted linemen. Like, genuinely, what a time to have 2 pass-busted linemen. Are we better off putting Chocus back for it? Problem is then one of them's got to do the dodge without dodge skill, but maybe we are. Because if this is a bad kick, it's going to have to be a pass. That is sort of very funny, but also tragic that we have 2 pass-busted linemen left on the pitch. Could this just be the Chocus game? It's looking pretty okay for Chocus to get to it. Where can Chocus get it to? Could do a handoff there at least, which would be nice. Movement bust on you is not a bad thing for us. Right, let's get a scoring threat. You also need to be a scoring threat, which is there. And you could be in behind them. I think that's got to be the play. So, handoff. Great start. And that's the last reroll. And we've... Oh my god, it's a pass. Ah, I didn't select the right action. Okay, so it's a draw because they just knocked down Dancel now. That's my fault. That's my fault. It's not the first time I've done that. I'm sure I'll do it again. I clicked the wrong button. Don't know why that always looks to me like the handoff, but for some reason it's pass. They haven't blitzed Dancel, so there will be a chance, just not a realistic chance with no rerolls. Oh, I'm frustrated now. Like, yeah, even in the ZFL, losing something because you did a misclick still sucks. That's not the reason you want to lose. That's not the reason you want to lose. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. Oh, well. Yeah, like that looks like a handoff to me, right? Like it's a simple like arrow passing the ball over. I've done it 100 times. This looks like something weird, like an interception or something. Like this looks like something completely different. I hate losing to that. Oh well. Well, there is still a chance, so we will take the chance that exists, as slim as it is. We need to cancel here. Is that really the best way to do it? Yeah, it's got to be over the top. Chocus did his part. Dancel did not do. Keep calling Alpha Chad Dancel this time. Oh my god, Alpha Chad has done his part because that has not got blocked. Okay, it's not over. Technically, somehow it's still not over. Somehow, we're not done here. If this came off, it would be the most ZFL way for the game to end. But yeah, that has, because of Frenzy, because of his newly learned Frenzy skill, it's given us a chance. If Iron realizes that they're going to click this, because they do still need to click it. One last armor break for Alpha Chad. Oh, nearly the magnet hands. We cannot do a handoff, so this time does have to be a pass action with our passing busted player. It's not over yet. Somehow it's not over yet. So it's either roll a 6+ or it's 2+, 5+ without a reroll. Don't know which of those is better. Probably 2+, 5+. So a 6+ is like a 30. No, it's not 30%. 6+ is like a. Oh, I can't do this maths. I think 2 5's got to be better. I think it's got to be better. I think it's just got to be. Oh my God. What is happening? Oh my God. Oh my actual God. What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Like, Haringzord disappears from chat for a minute while he goes and hacks the dice for ZFL. Just goes and dips into the ZFL dice box and goes, yep, that's going to work. That's going to work. Oh my God. I'm so sorry to That was the most ZFL ending possible, because who were the heroes of that play? Who were the heroes of that play? Chuck is the vast. Again, who's had an incredible game. Alpha Chad, who only got the knockdown. Let's just refresh on that. Alpha Chad wasn't going to get Frenzy. Alpha Chad got Frenzy because he's had the last week off and he was mad about it and he worked himself up into a Frenzy. So Alpha Chad learned Frenzy because of entirely story-driven reasons. Only because Alpha Chad has Frenzy, he got the second hit to get the knockdown. Then our pass-busted lineman chucks the ball to Dancel Saunders, who of course is Dancel Saunders, on the final turn of the game. He does that. Like, this is the stupidest, like, how these stories keep happening in the ZFL. I do not understand. Alpha Chad gets MVP, and I have to say he deserved it. I do need to message my opponent because that was something. That was absolutely something. And I just want to acknowledge it to them because that probably was really frustrating for them. Where are they? I am speechless. I am speechless. I'm just messaging to my opponent saying I'm sorry and that it's scripted because it has to be scripted. Like how is Dancel Saunders doing these things? I'm breaking character here for a second, right? I'm breaking character. I love Dancel Saunders with all my heart, but I cannot explain to you how these things keep happening. Like, there is no reason. Like, I'm obviously trying to make Dancel a star. I've been doing things all season to try to get them the ball. But this is just like a situation in the game we find ourselves in, which looks hopeless. And guess what? Dancel Saunders is again making the play. Like, look at this play, right? So we needed to make we have no rerolls to start this turn. So it's a 3+, 2+, that has got dodge. 3+, 2+ with dodge to get here. Then we have a 4+ leap in, which we make, no reroll for that. Push first hit, so now we're looking at red dice, at which point we roll double both down, which is fine because we've got block. Has to scatter somewhere you can get it. It's now out of range for Sasha Gayul, who then makes a 2+, 5+ without a reroll. Dancel catches it on a 5+, and then 2 rushes. It's just ridiculous. pass skill for Sasha when he levels? Maybe. I think I need to check, actually, because I think Sasha was another of our academy graduates. Yeah, so Sasha, like, there were 2 linemen on the pitch there that had passing busts. For Sasha, it's like a trait. Like, Sasha promoted from the academy with that passing stat. Like, that's just how Sasha Gayul, like, was promoted from the academy. I see you found a new thrower. Maybe. Holy cow. Gloria Summerbloom was not the one who threw the pass at the end. I don't know what to say. Like, that was such a silly ending. That was such a silly ending. Why is the ZFL like this? I love it so much. I love it so much. I was getting a little bit frustrated with myself about the UI thing, but I just love the ZFL. Validate the match result. And let's go look at our team if they've done theirs. To remind everybody again, I've said it a few times this game, but some people have just come in. If you would like in on this nonsense, Haringzord is running the first ever ZFL conference tournament coming up. You can coach one of 8 teams. One of the 8 teams is in fact a Falcons Academy team, and we've seen some Falcons Academy players doing incredible things here. So if you would like in on the ZFL's special brand of absolute ridiculousness, now is a great time to try to get involved. Boy, we took some injuries that game though. Serious injury on Gogo Blackburn. No, that was already a smash knee, so just a MNG on Hamza Pine Love. A serious injury on Legless Spirit Lush. And another serious injury on Clove Called Arta. At least Gogo Blackburn didn't get stuck with that head injury, because that would have been really rough. Alpha Chad motoring towards another level already. I mean, what a comeback for Alpha Chad, guys. Like, of course we're going to talk about Dancel, because Dancel is a hero and we love Dancel Saunders, but I have to give some serious respect to the sheer moxie of Alpha Chad, written off after a disappointing bit of the season. Sent home last week by Guinness to protect him from the negative media stories. Sat out a game, came back with a literal frenzy, and makes a game-winning play. Incredible scenes. I don't know what to say. Sasha Gayul, people calling for Sasha Gayul to get a passing stat. Apparently you literally can't give passing skills to Wood Elf Lyman, which is news to me. Like, it's literally impossible. I did not know that. It's never come up because I've never tried to give a Wood Elf Lyman a passing skill before. Maybe he gets free upgraded thrower. Could Sasha be reborn as a thrower? I think that's a conversation to have with an admin. But Division 2 teams have positional limits. And we are on our positional limit because we've got 2 ward answers, 2 catchers, and a tree man. And you are allowed a maximum of 5 catchers, treeman, ward answers, and throwers. So we are on our positional limit. So I don't know if we'd be allowed. It would be very funny for the story for Sasha Gayul to become a busted passer, but I don't know if I'd be allowed it. So let's have a quick look at the league standings. While we're here, they won't be up to date, but I can show you what they were before the game. Because thank you for the follow, Iron Thunder. Oh, Iron, is that our opponent? Welcome in, Iron, if you're here. Thank you so much for that game. That was a really fun game, and I'm so sorry again for that nonsense at the end. It was genuinely outrageous what happened in that last turn. I was cursing myself right before because I'd meant to click hand off the turn before and I clicked pass by mistake, which backfired very horribly. So this is what the league table looks like before this round. So the Falcons, there's only 2 teams go up from the second division. The Falcons have been trying to do everything we can to stay in touch with the Irk Maddens and the Three Mountains. We lost the Three Mountains, you may remember. That's the dwarf team that never stalls and takes constant rushes, and where Haringzord was dismissing our claim that Dancel should be the league MVP because their runner is on lots of touchdowns. Where is it? That's just the league standings. Oh, I think the site's not working. That's a shame. Okay, well, their runner is on lots of touchdowns. But yes, Eric Madden's Mongoose is Loose, who does the Division 2 recap, his Blackhawks also have a perfect record. So the Falcons are running just to keep up. We will get the win. That'll put us on 15 points. We don't know how anyone else done yet because even if some of these are played, the table only gets updated after the recap shows because I don't want to give spoilers. So Mongoose is Loose does the Division 2 recap. It's like Sunday night US, Monday morning in the UK, like 3 a.m. Monday morning. Unfortunately, I never get to see it live, but I catch up afterwards. But yeah, he does a great job with the recaps. So this won't get updated until after that. But this is where we were at the start of the round. We were in third, and the Valor here in mid-table. There's definitely like a real split happening in the division here where the top three are pulling away a little bit. So I think it's going to be a really tight race here for these 2 promotion spots, and unfortunately we are the ones running behind at the moment, but we'll keep trying. The big news is next round is not a league round, it's a cup round against the Tor Lithuania Celtics, who are the champions and top of the top division. So that's going to be a huge game to look forward to. And T-Self is in chat, in fact, the coach of the Celtics, the villainous Tor Lithuania Celtics, who always win by reputation. I don't know what Bloodborne that said. I'm sure it was wrong because it was probably something scandalous and libelous about Dancel Saunders. I know him well. Yes, I do. Thanks for the follow, One Lost Soul as well. And Carlos Napeus, I think I missed this before. I should wrap this up for YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, I don't even know what to say anymore. This is the ZFL. It's absolute nonsense. I cannot explain to you why the most like ridiculous story-driven outcomes keep happening, but they do. They just keep happening. So if you enjoy watching this with us on YouTube, do hit that like and subscribe. And if you want to get involved, do check out the conference tournaments that Haringzord is starting to run.